Hi all, myself Subhita Sudhir M, Assistant Professor, Department of Space Science and Technology, St. Albert's College, Autonomous. Today, my topic is collection of data. So, before going to the concept of collection of data, we can say that collection of data is the first step of statistical investigation. But in some theories, they are stating that this is the second step of statistical investigation since they are considering the first step as the planning of statistical investigation. But the work is actually starting from the step of collection of data of the statistical investigation. So we are considering this is the first step of the statistical investigation. So before going to the concept of collection of data, we should be familiar with the three words that we are commonly using in this particular concept. So the first word is investigator, the second word is enumerator, and the third word is respondent. So let us discussing about what we mean by investigator. So investigator is actually the person who is conducting statistical investigation. And the second word is what we mean by enumerator. So enumerator is the person who is actually helping the statistical investigator for collecting information. Then the third word is respondent. So the meaning of the respondent is actually the person from whom the investigator has to collect the data for his statistical investigation. So now we are going to the topic of collection of data. So the collection of data is actually the first step of statistical investigation. So after planning the statistical investigation, the investigator has to collect the data for his investigation. So he can collect two types of data. First is called the primary data and second is called the secondary data. Let us think about what we mean by primary data. So like the name indicating, it is the data collected by the investigator for the first time or from the primary source for a specific purpose, and they are original in character. So that is the concept of primary data. So in simple words, we can say that it is the data collected by the investigator for first time, or it is the data collected by the investigator from the primary source. So this is the concept of primary data. So next we are going to what all methods the investigator have to adopt for collecting primary data. So usually there are four methods for collecting primary data. First is called the direct personal investigation. Second is called the indirect oral investigation. And third is called the information through correspondence. And fourth is called through questionnaire and the schedule method. So by using these four methods or any of these four methods, the investigator can collect primary data, or he can collect the data from the primary sources. So the next thing is we have to go in detail about what we mean by direct. We have to go detail about these particular four methods for collecting primary data. So first is direct personal investigation. So like the name indicating, in this particular method, the investigator has to collect the information directly from the respondent. That is, he has to go to the spot and he has to meet the respondent and he has to collect the data for his statistical investigation from the respondent directly. So this is what we are actually done in a direct personal investigation method. Even though it is actually one of the reliable method for collecting primary data by the investigator, but it has its own merits and demerits. So these are the some merits for the direct person investigation method. So one of the major merit of direct person investigation method is original data is collected and reliable information is obtained, because the investigator is going to the spot and collecting the data directly. So these are the two advantages of this particular method. So even though it has its own demerits, so these are the some demerits of a direct person investigation. Since that investigator has to the spot and collect the data directly, it is very time consuming method and it is very expensive method. And one of the main demerit of this particular method is that the investigator should be a tactful person. That is, he should be have a efficient to collect the data even from an observation. So if he is not such a person, it will be give a error or biased result or biased data to the investigator. So it will be make a errorful result for him. So these are the some of the demerits of this particular method. So the next method of collecting primary data is actually indirect personal investigation. So like the name indicating, it is an indirect method of data collection because we are calling this indirect method because in this particular method, the investigator no need to go to the spot and no need to collect the data directly from the respondent. Here he is approaching actually to a third person instead of the respondent. He is by the third person we are actually meant that who is a person who know completely about the respondent. So the investigator has to meet that particular third person and he is collecting the information of the data about the respondent from this particular third person. So this is the method of indirect oral investigation. So like the previous case, it has its own merits and demerits also. So first of all, you have to think about what are the merits of this particular method. So one of the main advantage of this particular method is simple and a convenient method of investigation. So this is actually, and also it is more economical. So these are the two major advantages of this particular method. Then let us discuss about what are the demerits of this particular method. So one of the major disadvantages of this particular method is that the result may not always be true and accurate. That is, if the third person, that is the investigator actually met with a third person who know completely about the respondent. So if the third person is not an actual person, he will get he will provide some errorful data or biased data to the investigator. So that will make a big error or big mistake in his statistical investigation. So that is one of the major disadvantages of this particular method. So the third method is called data collection through the local correspondence or through the correspondence. So in this particular method, actually the investigator give the duty for collecting data to a particular local agencies. So there should be some agencies they are actually conducting or they are actually collecting the data. That is actually their duty for collecting the data for the statistical investigation. So in this particular method, the statistical investigator is actually giving the duty for collecting data from the respondent to a local agency or a local correspondence. So that is the concept of information through correspondence. So like in the previous cases, this method also has its own merits and demerits also. So let us think about what are the merits. Since actually this collection of data is conducted by some agencies or the local correspondents, the investigator can collect an extensive information, and also it is more economical and it's more cheap. So these are the two. So these are the two important merits of data collection through local correspondence. So the next thing is a demerit because one of the major demerit of this particular method is there is chance for bias and the degree of accuracy cannot be maintained because actually the agencies are conducting this particular duty or they are doing this particular duty as part of their work. Actually, they are not bothered about what is the objective of the statistical investigation, what all data is to be needed. So they are not actually bothered about these particular things since sometimes, so due to these particular reasons, sometimes the investigator or we are not sure about the accuracy of the data collected by the local agency or the correspondence. So these are the two major demerits of this particular method. So the last and final method for collecting primary data is actually questionnaire method. This is one of the most applicable method for collecting primary data among these four methods. So like the name indicating, we are using or the statistical investigator using a questionnaire for collecting data from the respondent for a statistical investigation. So questionnaire is actually a list of questions prepared by the investigator for collecting the data from the respondent. So he can employ this particular or he can adopt two particular questionnaire method, or he can collect the primary data through the questionnaire method by using two types. So first is called the questionnaire sent through post. So in this particular method, he is actually the statistical investigator actually preparing a list of question concerning for collecting data, and he is sending this particular questionnaire to the respondent through the post. So this method is actually convenient only in cases if the respondent should be if a literate person, because the respondent will get the questionnaire through the post and he has to read the each and every question, and he have to give the corresponding answer for each and every question. It is possible only if the respondent is a literate person. So for the if the respondent a literate person, and one more thing, if the respondent is very far away from the investigator, he can employ this particular method. This is actually the one of the merit, or otherwise we can be considered this is actually one of the demerit of this particular method also. So these are the merits of this particular method. So the major merits are actually it is less expensive, less time consuming, and more economical, etc. And these are the demerits. So one of the major demerit is that the respondent should be a literate person. So if the respondent be a literate person, we have a illiterate person, we have another method for collecting data through the questionnaire method, that is called the schedules method. Schedules is actually the list of questions, but what is the difference between the questionnaire and the schedule is that questionnaire is actually read by the respondent and he has to give an answer for the corresponding questions. But in the case of schedules, the investigator employing another person called the enumerator, and he is handing over this particular questionnaire to the enumerator, and the enumerator has to go to the respondent and he has to ask the questions from the questionnaire, and he has to record the answers from the respondent in the questionnaire. So that is what we meant by schedules. The schedules are handled by the enumerator, but the questionnaires are handled by the respondent himself. So even though the respondent is a illiterate person, he can give the correct or the proper answer for the questions in the questionnaire, since the questions are read by the enumerator and the answers are recorded by the enumerator also. So that is the concept of questionnaire sent through enumerator. Otherwise, the questionnaire is called the schedules. So these are the some of the major merits of the questionnaire sent through enumerator, otherwise the schedules method. So here the person the one of the major merit is personal bias is minimized, because the question asked by or the and recorded by the enumerator himself. So the personal bias will be minimized. Then the demerits actually, some of the major demerits is actually other person called the enumerator is employed by the investigator. So he has to paying off some amount to the enumerator. So since we are considering this particular method is a expensive one. So these are the some demerits of this particular method. Okay, thank you.